Hey, listen, I cannot make this up, okay? I cannot make this up. Listen, so I stumbled across this video of a woman. Basically, it was almost like a seminar. It was almost like a seminar of a woman teaching females how to finesse men. And, it's not something I never heard of before, but it's just interesting on the things that she said. So I want to play. I want to play the language and the motivation behind, what I'm saying, what she was saying, so that way you guys can hear it for yourself, and I'm gonna give my commentary. But I want you guys to hear this real quick, okay? Right moment, your mean ass is gonna get fucked good and your bills paid. You understand what I'm saying? Being the nice girl, you have to be know when to be nice. So first thing to get money out of a man, you gotta know when to be nice and you gotta know when to be nasty. That's number one. That's number one. Because you have to keep his attention span first. So you're trying to get money out of him, and there's levels, lady. Again, Alan has been doing this tutorial, but here we are. There's levels. What type of money are you asking for? And that's going to determine how nice you need to be and how nasty you need to be. So if you're a girl who's just asking for nail money and bill money, you really don't have to be that nice. I'm going to get all that talking shit. I'm going to call her and talk mad shit about him. And then I'm going to answer the phone. Hello? How you doing? What time am I ready? No problem. Obedientness. That's number two. Be obedient. And I know it sounds crazy. It sounds but we're talking about you're trying to get money out of a man. This is the topic, right? Okay, cool. Be obedient. Men like women who listen. It makes it easier for him to want to spend his money on you when you listen. The same way that you want your child to get good grades, all you gotta do is get A's. And I'll buy you whatever you want. It's the same shit. Get all A's in his class. And you'll get whatever you want. Number three, how to get money out of a man. I want to put sex in this, but ladies, I want to teach y'all something. You don't even got to give it up, and you can still get the bag out of him. That comes with playing 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be a multitasker. You got to be a nice girl. You got to know when to put him in his place. You got to know how to spend his money. That's number 4. Men like women who know how to spend their money. Okay? So let me repeat that. Men like women who know how to spend their money. So there's the girl I take out to eat, and she's trying to spare me and not look like she's a gold digger and order a salad and a couple of things and not really eat. No, baby. This is the spot you're supposed to splurge. I'm going to order that, and I'm going to order to go, and I'm going to tell him, yo, my mom's at the crib too, and I think she might want a little steak too. Okay, so if y'all just tuning in right now, y'all know I come with some shit sometimes just to have that tough conversation, but I know you see the title. And right now you thinking like, Mario, what is this about? You got to give me the information. You got to give me the 411. So basically, it's a woman who is literally sitting in front of other women telling her how to finesse men to get money out of them. And I wanted you guys to hear this before I actually like dove into this. But in her breakdown, she feels like, hey, this is the way that you finesse men to get their money. So I just wanted you guys to hear this, and then I'm going to, break it down. I ain't gonna do whatever you want. My mother taught me something. How you can't go home hungry and your pocket's empty. You understand what I'm saying? I remember coming into my house one night, and my mother said to me, I'm in her refrigerator, and she said, why are you in my refrigerator? You just came from a date with a guy. He ain't feed you? How your pussy wet and your stomach empty? You understand what I'm saying? So after that, I tested the waters. I have never let a man take me home without feeding me. I don't give a fuck if I'm not hungry and I'm throwing that shit in the fucking trash. Feed me, because it's gonna tell me what's next. If I say I'm hungry and he says, yo, I'm in a rush, I can't feed you right now. Yo, you can't, and just drops me off,
He's not really that interested. But the man that he may be in a rush and says, listen, I don't have time to drop you, take you to go and get some paper, get yourself something to eat, or whatever. Now we got Uber Eats, it's 2020. He's gonna make sure you eat and drop you off. A man that does not feed you, he doesn't even deserve your conversation. So we are number 4.
Now we're going to number 5.
Now we're going to number 5. But damn, I could keep going because there's so many ways. And this is without giving up.
So this is my thing, man. You know, this is my thing. She's not finished yet, but I'm gonna let her finish. But the fact of the matter is, ladies, if you are under this impression that, first of all, you definitely don't need a seminar. You know what I'm saying? If you're over a certain age, then you know that one being yourself is going to get you, you know what I'm saying? Let me back up a little bit. One, being yourself is the key. Not pretending or not trying to run down this list of things that some woman has now outlined for you, because I think that's the problem that we have in America today. Like it's like, okay, well, let me listen to this person, and we get all of these crazy ass lists that we try to use on men and we try to use on women, and we try to, okay, let me work this angle, work that angle. Man, fuck all that. Be you. Be yourself. I think at the end of the day, you look at things and you say, being me actually work. If you're dealing with someone that don't care to feed you, then they ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? If they don't care to communicate with you, then they ain't for you. You know, I don't think it's one of those. If you go into a situation talking about how can I get his money, you a hooker. You an escort. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about, let me teach women, and here's the thing, if you a smart guy, you ain't even entertaining that. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to hit anyway. So the fact of the matter is, you got somebody talking about, well, if he don't feed you, and he don't. First of all, you know what I didn't hear? I didn't hear that I don't need him to feed me because I'm a grown-ass woman. I got my own job, or I got my own level of success. If you're dating men to get a meal, if you're dating men to pay your bills, if you're dating men for some type of clout or some type of recognition, well, you can stop that right there. Stop it right there. Because here's the thing, the woman that's actually speaking, she don't look half bad. But the fact of the matter is, what type of mentality are you putting in people's heads? What type of shit are you promoting to say, yeah, this is what it is? Didn't we, okay. We already seen Hot Girl Summer. Meg Thee Stallion got shot. We seen Cardi B with the WAP, with the wet ass pussy, or whatever case may be. Now she's getting a divorce. All of these gimmicks, all of these antics that we're saying that this is the shit, this is the next new wave, all of that shit has been dismantled. All that shit has been dismantled. So now you have somebody talking about, I'm gonna teach y'all how to finesse these men out of their money. Well, my whole thing about is, when you're making your own money, you're not worried about nobody else. You staying in your lane, getting your bag, and you doing what you need to do. So to tell someone I can teach you how to get money out of a person, can you?
The coochie. You understand what I'm saying? I just want to talk from experience. One of my ways, when I am in that mode and I'm like, I just want the money, find common interest. Find a common ground. You may not have an auntie in Ohio, but if he's telling you that his family's from Cleveland and they play basketball and they do this, go start looking up some basketball players. Go start looking up the city. Go start looking up some landmarks, some things that you guys can have mutual conversations about. Men have to be comfortable to spend their money. Make it easy.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that part in reference to being comfortable with a woman to want to spend money on her. But my whole thing about it is, why not just be a genuine person? Why not be a sincere person? It almost sounds like it's a little stalkerish. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find out, you know what I'm saying, what you like, and then I'm going to go do this research so that way I can come back. But the end goal is to finesse you out of your money, not sincerely to get to know you, not sincerely to be with you. And my whole thing about it is, if you're not sincere about it, why does that man have to be sincere about getting to know you? Why does he have to be sincere about taking you places and doing things with you? If both of you guys, here's the thing what's so funny. If the man is in it for the sex, and you're in it for the money, is that an even exchange? Let's cut out all of the conversation. Let's cut out all of the, you know what I'm saying, dating and all this other stuff. You are there for the bag, right? You are there to get him out of his money, right? Then why the hell all of the other preliminary stuff? We ain't got to go out to eat then. I ain't got to buy you no food. Because if you're saying all I want is the money, all I want is you to take me somewhere so I can go shopping. I notice that a lot of times that when women like this speak, it's always in a manner of what a man can do for me or what a man needs to do for me, but it's never what they can do for themselves. It's never what they do for themselves. So to teach other women how to finesse men, my thing about it is it's only a matter of time before someone catches on to what you're doing. It's only a matter of time before someone says, move around. Because with this mentality, it's that hot girl mentality. It's that WAP mentality. And I'm not saying that every woman needs to cook and clean, but when you say up front, I'm not gonna cook and clean, or that's not me, etc., etc., etc. If that's the statement that you're making, imagine a man saying, well, you don't need to do any of that. I'm just gonna take care of you. There are some people out there that are in that position. There are some women out there that look that damn good that make a man want to say, you ain't got to do nothing but look good. That's your job. But there's others that wear, you know what I'm saying, this or that or this or that don't have natural beauty. And they need to do all of those things. They say, oh, well, let me try to finesse this man. My whole thing about it is I've seen a lot of videos about there was a pregnant lady or whatever saying that she intentionally got pregnant so that way she could finesse this man for child support. There was another lady who said, oh yeah, I'm finessing him for the bag, and I'm just chasing a bag, and I don't care about none of these men. You know, it's sad to me when you have this type of information out there, because to me it promotes something real crazy for children to see, to say, okay, well, is this real relationship power? Is this something I really need to strive for, whatever case to be? And that's why I'm hoping that anytime that you have someone out here trying to teach people, ladies, let me help you finesse men out of their money. Are you is this are you a stripper? Like what? That's what we want to teach women? Is that empowering women? And my whole thing about it is women have fought so hard to vote, you know, to be considered equal. And now it's like, instead of us being equal and we get our own money and we get our own bag, it's like, okay, well, let me show y'all how to get his bag. And my thing about it, if a man wants to be with you, he's going to help you. He's going to support you. He's going to encourage you. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of trickery, a lot of foolery, a lot of fuck shit. And I think that this right here is a part of the fuck shit that keeps men and women divided going down the line.
Then ladies, always be on your best dressed, your best behavior. Men like that boss talk too. Again, it's levels to get in the bag. So depends on what level you are. Because a girl that's going for 8 figures, I'm exaggerating, 6 figures.
This is funny too. Fuck all of the people that talk about they bosses. I'm a boss. A boss of what? Well, a boss of what? Like, honestly, half the people that scream I'm a boss don't have no employees, no EIN number. They don't know anything about goddamn business, but they a boss or something. It's always I'm telling you right now, this is what equates to being a boss. Okay? Being a boss means the local club, more than 6 people know you. You're a boss now. Huh? You got the latest knockoff Gucci purse, red bottoms. You got the newest bundles. You a boss. You just happen to have the biggest ass in the club. You a boss. You happen to know every drug dealer that's in the local community. So you are a boss. People confuse me when they throw boss out, because this is like, you a boss because you wearing a boss chain? You a boss because you got a bad attitude. You a boss because your girlfriends are the messiest in the city. That makes you a boss. And it's so crazy. Oh, let me do my boss talk. Man, let me tell you something, ladies. I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of you are like, hey, these Instagram models are winning and let me do my boss talk. And it's like, man, people can see through that shit. They can see through that facade. I'm going to be honest with you. Carly B is like, hey, love you to death. Hey, ha, 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 ha. But at the end of the day, your WAP has nothing to do with the conversation. You're a regular woman with regular problems, dealing with a regular knucklehead ass dude at the end of the day. And to me, honestly, she's more boss than a lot of these people screaming boss. But you got to understand when you're let's just say, I'm gonna talk to the fellas for a second. Ladies, y'all can pause this or whatever. If you are a man and you actually have something going on for you, okay, whether it's a good education, you're successful, you're an entrepreneur, you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. You got your own home, you got a car, you got a nice healthy circle. When you meet a woman, are you meeting a woman to hear her talk about, to hear her big up herself? A lot of the women that scream, I'm a boss, it's always about big upping yourself versus just having the credentials. You understand what I'm saying? There's a time and a place to brag on yourself, but when you brag more than what you actually have, that's like a dude saying to a lady, girl, I got a big ass. At some point in time, you're going to have to show and prove. At some point in time, you're going to have to put in the work. At some point in time. So it's like you continue to talk about it. And it's like, dude, I'm kind of turned off to the situation now. Because you talked about it too much. And that's how I feel about people who screaming about being a boss. And it's like, I look at them and it's like, a boss of what? Like, you can have all the materialistic shit in the world and consider yourself to be a boss. But you insecure. You're not the type of woman that's going to come outside without her wig on, without her makeup on, without her eyelashes on, her fingernails on. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, you a boss, but only when you can make yourself up. You a boss, but only when you can put on this facade. Because here's the thing. To me, it's like if you're too scared and afraid to come outside without your makeup, that don't make you a boss. And then trying to finesse a man out of his money, my thing about it is, I'm telling you right now, I believe it to this day, simplicity is key. Simplicity is key. And when you get someone who is naturally beautiful and they don't need a whole lot of extra stuff, it's one thing to enhance, but it's a whole other thing to hide. So when you have women such as this that says, I'm going to teach you how to finesse a man, etc., etc. If you're in a club, let's say a strip club, hey, fellas know what they there to do. They there to throw some money. You know what I'm saying? So if you doing what it is that you're supposed to do according to your profession, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to P-Valley. If you doing whatever you doing according to your profession, then you gonna get a couple dollars. But if it's not about a strip club situation and it's a real life situation and you're telling him, fake like you like him. That's what she's saying. I want you to fake like you like him or like you're interested in the things that he's interested in. Ladies and gentlemen, is that not putting on a facade? Huh? That's like me walking into a club with a big ass chain on, with a Mercedes-Benz medallion on my shit and saying, yeah, because I got the car outside. That's putting on a facade. I want to act like I like you. I want to pretend like I'm interested in you and your family, etc., etc., etc. But when at the end of the day, I'm really just interested in the money, then say that. You want men to be honest with you up front, then you be honest with men. See, here's the thing. If you really a boss, it's the thing. We don't have time to waste. I'm talking to the bosses. If you don't have time to waste and you feel like, hey, your time is precious, your energy is positive vibes only, you living your best life, then what you need to do is be upfront about what you want. Ain't that what women tell men? If you just want to have sex, say that up front. And then y'all decide on what you want to do to move forward. So I don't believe that what she's saying is actually being a boss. I think it's being a coward. I think it's being a clown. But I'm gonna let y'all hear the rest of this shit.
I have a conversation about business the entire date. Whether it's her business or his business, the entire date is about business. It's about what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. I don't want to hear your boyfriend broke your heart. I don't want to care. I don't care about the last nigga that cheated on you. I don't care that I have the same car as somebody you used to know. I don't want to hear about that. Girls are having the wrong conversations, and that's why he's not calling you back. Or that's why you're the girl who you're wondering why he's not flying you out, and this other girl he's flying out, and she ain't giving.
Okay, so I will agree with something in regards to saying when you have a conversation, it's not about talking about your ex. That's the reason why they're your motherfucking ex. You don't talk about your ex with the new fucking person, dumbass. You don't do that. I agree when you say let's talk business. But here's the thing. Cause all these bosses don't got no business. You see what I'm saying? Now when it's time to talk business, you don't really know business. What you know how to do is look pretty. What you know how to do is talk like you one of these reality TV show stars. So I would suggest that you ask him what he does. I would suggest that you talk about your future plans, short-term and long-term goals. So if you don't have a business per se, you still have goals in mind. Have realistic goals. You know, have goals that say, okay, all right, that let people know more about you. See, my thing about it is, I don't believe you should go into the situation putting on a facade. I don't believe that you should go in a situation saying, you know, all of these crazy things that you're never going to get around to doing. I believe that you should go in there and you should say what it is you want and how you want it. If you want to get to know the person for them, say that. If you don't, and you just interested in having sexual intercourse, then say that as well. But I believe that when you don't have that intimate conversation, you don't have that tough conversation, what happens is both of you guys start off on a narrative that, you know what, I'm really here just for the money. He there just for the sex. Well, say that. That defuses a whole lot of shit moving forward, and you can actually spend time with people that you actually want to be with. But I think that people are under this impression that I have to fake it to make it. And in order to get his money, I have to fake like I'm interested in him. Well, this is what happens because karma is a motherfucker. You're going to fake it. And he's going to do what he does as a man, and he's going to give you a couple dollars here and there, right? Or do whatever it is, right, as a man. And it's going to come out that I'm only using you for your money. So the next person he gets with, now she don't get shit. You know what I'm saying? She don't get shit, or he starts to treat women a certain type of way once he sees certain characteristics or things that's kind of similar. Let's finish this.
But you already let him hit it. You gotta protect your queen down there, ladies. Men like a chase. They are animals, and I'm not calling them animals in a disrespectful way. They are animals in the sense like in the jungle, tigers, lions, and bears. They are animals. They feed on the chase. The bear goes to the water. He sits there quietly. He waits for the fish that doesn't see him coming and scoops it. Same way men are with women. The lion, he sits back. He behind the bushes. The hyenas are running. They're going crazy. The hyenas is the girls who don't leave with the bag. They going crazy. They running around in the jungle. You understand what I'm saying? They not focused. While me, I'm a tiger. I'm going to sit back in the bushes, real quiet, watch everybody go by, and I'm going to take down the elephant. You heard? I'm going to take down the giraffe. While y'all want to play with these little,
So here's the issue here's the issue that we be having, right? The issue that I have is people that consider themselves to be. Now, it's one thing to be confident about your shit. It is one thing to be confident about your shit and what you bring to the table and knowing your worth. I get it. But it's a whole nother thing when you're delusional about some shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't see this woman with anyone walking into any type of establishment in regards to like a Fortune 500 company, like a CEO. Like she wouldn't be with one of them. Like her lane would be like rappers or maybe a ball player or whatever case may be. And she talked about, she considers herself to be a tiger. And she takes down elephants. Well, my whole thing about it is this. What message are you actually promoting here? You was like, hey, hyenas, some of these women are running around and they not getting nothing out of these men, but they laughing and kikiing, making a whole lot of noise, and I get, the analogy that she's trying to use, but my whole thing about it is, ladies, when you are confident about you, when you know your worth, no shits, no gimmicks, no, I don't, listen, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to say some real shit right now. Okay. Without the makeup, without the eyelashes, without the fingernails, without the hair, if you can walk outside and be as confident as you are with it, that's power. That's power. That's stronger than P-Valley. That's stronger than Carly B, Beyonce. That's strong. That's powerful. When you can be in your own skin and be proud of it. Now, this is not a knock towards anyone who wears makeup or anything like that. But I get kind of confused when I hear this boss talk, because when I hear boss talk, it's always from the same looking types of women. And no disrespect, but here's the thing. When you talk about net worth, their net worth is not high. A lot of these women don't own anything, but they always talking about boss talk. I'm a boss of what? You a boss of your life? You a boss of your household? You a boss of what? But then it's like, okay, being a boss, now I need to reach for the quasars, and I need to find the man that's going to buy me this and do this for me so we can have relationship goals. Well, when you get people like Gucci Mane, you get people like Kevin Gates, you get people like Offset, and you expect them to be this knight in shining armor. You expect them to be faithful. You expect them to be husband material. You expect them to be loyal. You expect the best from the bad boys. And then when you don't get it, oh, God forbid if you don't get it, you chose somebody to be with that wasn't applicable to what it is, reality is. You want to be with a good man. You want to be with somebody loyal and trustworthy. You want to be with somebody that you can mature with and open up a business with and be consistent with and love and respect and cherish and all that great shit. But here's the thing. You picking out of peasants because you feel like, oh, they got all the material shit that you want. But the boss in you ain't realized that, you know what, I don't have to pick bad people to put me in a good situation. I'm dating a drug dealer and I am living my best life. Then the cops kick in your door. Ain't that one of the situations that happened with Breonna Taylor? My advice would be find somebody positive that can give you solid feedback based on experience, whether it's institutional knowledge or just life experience or a combination of both, and come up with a recipe that works for you. But I can tell you right now, as long as you go into a situation talking about how you gonna finesse a man out of his money, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all always gonna fall short. You're gonna fall short. You're gonna fall short. Because here's the thing. If a man feels like he can buy you and you make it to be about his money, he's always going to have an advantage over you because you haven't shown him any assets other than the need to worry about his assets. You haven't showed him your brain capacity. You haven't shown him your aspects to build a business. You haven't shown him that you can be a partner. You are a trophy piece. And you know what you do with trophies? Put them on the wall. And you deal with them when you want to deal with them. But anybody would tell you, if you get one trophy piece, you try to go get another one. For the women that are getting with men to take care of them, to pay all their bills, and then to scream and run around that they are bosses, I would ask you to evaluate your asset, your net worth. I would ask you to evaluate your net worth. Because there are some great, amazing people out here in this world. So whether you as a woman like men or women or a combination of both and vice versa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, I would ask you guys to examine your net worth. I would ask you to examine your credit score, to examine the shit that makes you worthwhile. And then ask yourself, what title do you want to use? Ladies and gentlemen, your name should ring bells. I don't have to sit online and profess how much I'm a boss, how much I run this, and how much this and that. The more you talk, the less realistic it is. The more I hear a person talk about how much they running shit, the less realistic I feel like it is. Because now you're trying to sell me something I ain't asked to buy. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to look at a goddamn Range Rover. I'm not here to look at a Honda Civic. But you trying to sell me this Honda Civic. That's not what I want. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mario J. This is Tough Love. Hopefully I said something that resonates. If I do, please leave some feedback, hit like, share, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, y'all adult up. Peace.